Okay, so I'm going to be perfectly honest and give my opinion on Summer making that ignorant remark on who Emmett Till was. But to be honest, at first I wasn't going to cover this story because sometimes, not trying to sound mean or disrespect his legacy at all by a long stretch, okay? I'm not at all. I'm really not. But at first, I really wasn't going to do this story because sometimes it seems like when I use certain hashtags, it's like videos that's related pop up in the algorithm on my phone. So for example, and I know this is gonna sound mean, is no disrespect to him, his last living relatives is not at all, okay? But for example, the last time I used the Emmett Till hashtag in the algorithm where the shorts were, they kept showing videos of him laying in that casket. And, to me, y'all, I'm just saying, Lord, please forgive me. I'm not trying to be funny, but I got a weak stomach and I do not like to look at dead folks. So that's why I wasn't really going to say anything because when I use that hashtag, it's like videos pop up in the algorithm related to that. And I can't look at stuff like that. Okay, I don't like going to funerals. I don't like looking at stuff like that. So I don't, so I'm not going to use that hashtag, and I don't care if it don't get a lot of views. I really don't, because I really don't care. But anyway, no disrespect to Emmett Till. It was really wrong what they did to him. But I'm just saying, y'all, I already told y'all I can't be a nurse. I can't look at stuff like that. I'm just being honest. I can't do it. But anyway, so I'm gonna be, give y'all how I feel about the opinion. The what she said. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. You don't have to like it. Thumbs down. Keep it moving. Anyway, so Summer made an ignorant remark. I saw a little clip of the video. Um, they was tearing her up. They were tearing her up. One comment stood out to me where the girl said, "Well, what Emmett Till she talk about? It must be two Emmett Tills." Girl, I hollered. That was funny, okay? Summer clearly wasn't paying attention in history class, okay? Like I've told you all before, this generation is going nowhere really fast, okay? I was a huge history buff growing up, going to school. Um, third grade, I did a paper on Thurgood Marshall. I love history growing up. That was my favorite subject in all grades. Okay. Um, of course I know who Emmett Till is. Okay. And yes, I use him in the present tense because I do believe what happened to him was, really, it was effed up. And if I told y'all towards the beginning of my channel before curling bitch ass Brian expired, I told y'all before that y'all always going, against everybody else, but ain't nobody got that bitch. And I told y'all in the beginning, I was rooting for Emmett Till to get justice even after. But even before Carolyn Bryant, bitch ass Bryant, took her last breath, in the beginning of my channel, I told y'all this bitch gonna go to the grave and y'all not gonna go get that hoe. And what happened? She went to the grave and nobody went and got her ass. Which I told y'all that the bitch was probably protected by rednecks. Okay, it's no surprise. I ain't gonna lie to you. I even went out my way on social media on another app and contacted some of her family members, you know, and one of them replied to me. One of them replied. The rest of them ignored and blocked me. But one of them replied and said they know what their mother did and they love her regardless and ain't nobody gonna fuck with her. And then he blocked me. Okay? So it goes to show I told y'all she was protected by rednecks. But the thing is, Summer is just, she's not educated on certain things, It didn't take much to realize that, she wasn't paying attention in school. She was one of those females that probably was going to school for the boys, going to school to look cute. She wasn't really going to school to, get education. She wasn't really going to better herself. She was going to school to see what was going on, see, who was fucking who was going to the game, who was going to the parties. And it shows. It shows. And it's a slap in the face to all the historians. It's a slap in the face to all the activists. It's a slap in the face to all our ancestors. It is. But I mean, to be honest, I don't expect much from a bitch that's on baddies. I'm just saying, I really don't. I mean, is it entertaining? Yes, y'all know I have a speech impediment, so I stutter and some of my words are pronounced kind of off. But anyway, you don't fuck with it, don't watch. Plain and simple. Anyway, so it's a slap in the face to all our ancestors. But I mean, I don't know if y'all thought I was just gonna get up here and tear her up. No, because I really don't expect much from her. I really don't. And I'm not saying, you really don't have to be an Einstein to know who the fuck Emmett Till is. Okay, you really don't. Because if you ask me, Emmett Till, Dr. King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, you know, all of them are a big part of our history. A big part of our history. And it's sad that she didn't know who he was, but I mean, I don't know what y'all expect more from her. I mean, it goes to show she wasn't paying attention in school. And even if she was, even, let's say, for example, even if she wasn't paying attention, right? It's still some females that was in the comments saying, damn, I wasn't paying attention in school and I know who Emmett Till was. So it goes to show, there are still females that have enough sense to know, look up who he was. Go to Google. Google is my best friend. Google is my best friend. Y'all, I work from home in HR. To this day, it's still stuff that I don't know. And I'm over an entire region for my company. I'm over an entire state, and they have me helping out with another state with recruiting as well. My boss cannot help me all the time because she's in a whole nother part of the United States. So she cannot help me all the time. Sometimes I ask her questions. Sometimes if I don't know stuff, I go to Google. I'm not ashamed, and I'm in grad school, and I still don't know fucking everything. I still don't know everything. I go to Google. I try to figure that shit out. So all she had to do before she opened her fucking mouth is look up who Emmett Till was. But again, I don't expect much from a lot of these bitches. So if y'all thought I was gonna get up here and tear her up because she didn't know, I'm not gonna tear her up. They turn her up enough. I'm not gonna do it. She wasn't paying attention. She wasn't paying attention. But I don't expect much from a lot of these hoes. I really don't. I really don't. And y'all shouldn't either. She was probably one of them girls that was trying to be popular all the time, trying to focus on being an it girl. And she wasn't really into, what really mattered in life. And I'm, for real, quiet as it's kept, Zeus, to me, I mean, I don't understand why they apologizing, but I was reading somewhere where people were saying how it's not a good look as a network for them to have somebody like her on the show that, is so uneducated on certain topics. But I mean, what more do y'all expect from a network that posts people fighting, turning up, beating people, cussing people out in the camera? I mean, it's nothing wrong with cursing because as you can see, I could be a sailor at times as well myself. But I mean, I don't understand why Zeus, I mean, as if y'all apologizing like y'all, some big time religious network or some shit. Like, no, it's Zeus Network. I mean, if you ask me, Zeus Network, Unexpected TV, News Network, Now That's TV, they all on the same level. I mean, y'all not no Hallmark. Y'all not no Christian broadcasting network. Y'all not no Lifetime. I'm just saying, like, certain shows, certain networks. I mean, what more do you expect? I mean, to me, they don't really owe nobody an apology. I mean, Summer said what she said. I mean, to me, even though she's associated with Zeus Network, what Summer says speaks for itself. I mean, it stands alone all by itself. I mean, what more do you expect from these bitches? I mean, what? But she ain't the only one that's a bird brain up there. She just more vocal with her shit. Trust. She ain't the only one up there that didn't know who the fuck Emmett Till was. She ain't the only one that didn't know who the fuck Emmett Till was. Like, I had a bitch one time. I said, well, my third grade paper was on Thurgood Marshall. She said, who the fuck is that? I never heard of that nigga. You know, I said, wow. You know, wow. And I didn't even respond. Next. You know, some of these bitches, they don't know. As I said, Thurgood Marshall's probably a bitch out there right now that gotta look him up. Gotta look him up. And see, and there's nothing wrong with that. You bitches weren't paying attention in school. Y'all weren't paying attention, and it shows. Just saying.